The month of May was a make or break moment for this trailer project. Everyone came together for 3 hard weeks of work on this trailer, and I mean everyone.
Here's a drill, Frankie. Here's a drill. There you go.
After months of stop and go progress and delays, it has felt really good to start making some actual progress, but that doesn't mean that it came easy.
It's already falling. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. That could have been the
Team meeting. We're all ready. Frankie, ready to go.
Not turn. Starting. Come to order. Yeah, there we go.
All right. What are we gonna do, guys?
I guess we're gonna review what we've done while you haven't been here, and what we haven't done while you haven't been here, and what we think we might do now that you are here.
Perfect. So Leah and I arrived back home here last night. We've already had our team meeting, which is an important step of every journey. We have water tanks. Oh. We have water tanks for the trailer now, everybody. How exciting.
It's really nice that I've just finished teaching my course. This semester is all done. I literally finished marking the final assignment. I submitted all my grades. The next day, we got in the car to drive up here. Well, the truck, not the car. Yeah, so I actually get to be like more involved in this phase of the trailer build. Hi, come here. Come here. Oh, he's a good girl. He's a good girl. He's a good girl.
Dad can't even wait. He's like, oh, yeah.
It's like Christmas.
I gotta see this water tank.
Ooh.
Whoa.
Ah. Is it what you wanted?
Is it everything you ever wanted, Dad?
Merry Christmas.
Wow. That's a nice tank. Holy shit. Wow.
Wow. That looks great, you guys.
Wow, we have walls.
It's so bright in here. I mean, there's also like there's lights and the door to outside, but still, look how light it is in here. And is this where that's gonna be?
Yeah.
Whoa.
Oh, so these are temporarily in place right now, but yes. You might have remembered Mom spent years of her life restoring this door, and it now has what looks like a key and a lock that actually works?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. That's amazing. But not only this, we've restored the cover for our old fridge port, which had a very specific problem.
This one was sort of rotted away and rusted. It had rust on it, and it wasn't working in its female component. And we used the tap and die to clean it up, and it works.
Wow. These screws are truly the nitty gritty of this build, and Mom, I think, gets full credit.
With Dad.
Of course, she's always deferring.
Deflecting.
All right, so our first task this time around on the build is going to be finishing the sheeting. Mom and Dad did a valiant effort and got most of the walls up, but the front has been a bit more work than we thought it was going to be. It's taken the last day to just kind of figure out the logistics of this weird angle that we had to accommodate for. So what we've had to do is add this panel on the front as well as these sort of support brackets to take out this weird angle that exists in the front of the trailer. And this is all so that we can have our panel come up flat and support the table that has eventually got to mount onto this piece of wood that we've put on here. Once again, this seems like just a design feature that existed only in our model. If you look at future Bigfoot models, this weird beveled slope here doesn't really exist. They all just go straight up, and it's probably because it's a nightmare to build around, as we have discovered. So we've decided to do what we seem to always do with this project when taking on big next steps. And we've decided to take on the most complicated ceiling panel of the entire roof so far. And we have new foam. This is our first new purchased styrofoam of the build so far. Look at that. Not a single bit of what are you doing? Oh my god. If you saw our episode where we installed the floor in this trailer, you know that we are no stranger to cutting foam blocks and fitting them into very odd little places. So we're back doing a bit of Groundhog Day with the ceiling, but the difference is this time around we are going to be gluing the paneling and the foam together at the same time, because we don't want to have to press and seal both layers separately. It would just take way too long, so it's a little bit more complicated. Well, there's Leah. Hi. Did you nap?
I did. Oh,
wow.
It was wonderful.
Look at that, folks. We're even napping nowadays.
Oh, I needed it. Frankie had a rough night. It's hard growing teeth. Hey.
Hey, Frankie. Oh, yes, you're eating your shoe.
Yeah, I put on his boots and they were off instantly.
You're eating your shoe.
And you're delighted by the fact. See? Look at that little tooth.
You put anything on this kid's feet, it somehow ends up in his mouth. Yeah, it does.
He has
You're a goofy goob. Yeah. Okay, buddy, I miss you, but we'll see you soon.
So this is version 1 of our ceiling press system, and this is version 2, which we're gonna trial right now. Bottom sheets going up. Wow, I couldn't have picked a
More awkward spot for such tall people.
Ooh, a heavier sheet.
No, this is a good,
Oh, the light needs to move. Let me see here. That's really not giving confidence, is it?
there's gotta be something there.
So this is our process. Mom and I are inside the trailer taking measurements of the ceiling, and then Dad goes out and cuts it on the table saw. And then basically we just kind of fit it 1 inch or millimeter at a time, even though we work in inches, not millimeters. And look at that, perfect fit.
We cross this, and this, or we cross.
So we just got all of the panels put up onto the ceiling. We're so pumped. We have our sheet fully glued behind us, ready to go, and then we realize
this one out and this one out.
the vent hasn't been wired yet.
Here and here.
So now we gotta figure out some way of doing
Then
this
we'll have to remove
retroactively.
1, 2, 3.
So this is our completed ceiling. 30 minutes of our lives, mere seconds for you watching at home. We have a wire running to our fan. Now we just have to pull off the feat of the day, which is somehow pressing this giant glued sheet up and then using this enormous form to hold it all in place so it doesn't look like garbage. All right. It's like living in a freaking basketball player above your head.
Oh, look at it. See how it's already falling. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. That could be disasters. That's really great. There.
I mean, so far it's in, right? Like that should be, wow. Oh my god. Well, the press is in place and it looks really good. Like the press itself, sadly, looks almost better than the ceiling panel we put up there. But now I guess we'll just have to wait and see what it looks like when we pull it down.
See the camera over there.
Good morning. Good morning.
Frankie let us have a sleep in until 7 o'clock this morning.
Wow.
We were up at 4:30 and then 6, but still, we got to lay in bed together for the last hour.
Thanks, buddy. Thanks, buddy. Good morning. Yeah. Oh, yeah. There it is. That's the camera.
Do you guys see this little?
Oh my God.
Show off your tooth.
Yeah. Yeah. There you go.
Got a little toothy come. Oh.
Okay. Maybe it's time to get out of this bed. Good morning, everybody. So this is the view from the front of the guest cabin, where Leah and I stay whenever we come to visit my parents. So the guest cabin was built by my dad, and I helped a little bit a couple of years ago. And we actually made a video about it a long time ago back on the channel, so if you want to check that out, maybe we'll link it down in the description. But today we thought we would show you a bit more of what it's like being Leah and what it's like for our life living here with my parents. There you go, there you go.
Did you sleep in?
You hanging out with Gup? Yeah? Uncle Peter?
Who's more excited? I'll out-excite you. I need a hat like that. Gup needs a hat like that.
There's the lug there.
He's like, wait, what? My hat?
Let's see your glasses here.
Pete, they're weirdly good on you. I don't understand. Oh my god, that is great.
That rose really nicely. I even did like partial whole wheat, so I was a little worried, but oh, she's gorgeous. Oh.
So there are always signs of a healthy ecosystem when you look at nature, and I feel like of our ecosystem in the family, if Leah is making sourdough bread, you know that things are good.
It feels good. Like, it was really nice to be teaching this last semester, but now that that's done, I get to like do all the things that have been on my list for like ages, including making sourdough, but just generally, I don't know, like doing stuff around the house. Like, we've had like a little list of tasks, so I'm gonna try and tackle some of them. Yeah.
This guy loves the camera. He's just so fired up by the camera.
That's why we're only gonna film you a little bit longer, buddy.
It is a little unnerving. Like, Frankie just knows that the camera is something. Even when it's off. Like, if I point the camera at him, he looks at it and he knows that it's there and that it's doing something.
Well, he's probably imitating you. He sees you talking to it, so he's trying to talk to it.
I mean, true, but it does mean that we feel even more confident in our choice to not document his life beyond year 1.
We've got a naked baby, Dad's pruning trees, and Leah is dyeing my sweater.
Well, I'm starting with my sweater because we don't care about it as much, and we'll see how it goes. Then I'll try yours.
Mom, are you confident?
Oh, yes.
Hugely.
Blue to blue. Sounds very fail-safe.
Yes, okay, that's
But
true.
We could try.
So many of you have probably seen this hoodie, which I have had for a very long time. I got this ecologist sweater, God, like 3 years ago.
Yeah, something like that.
It's lasted a very long time, but, you know, I want to still love it as much as I loved it when I first got it. So we're going to try out a new color. I think we're going to go with red or with purple. Something a little bit more interesting, something a little fun, you know? Because gray is great, but purple or red is more fun.
Oh, film this.
Whoa!
Turquoise. Okay, so that's 1 tablespoon.
I love how it's green in the thing,
Right?
but then blue in the bucket.
Yeah. Maybe I'll just do an extra little.
Okay. It's like if I urinate in there, will it intensify the dye color?
Add 1 or 2 Okay, so supposed to stir this.
Okay, wow.
Get the tongs in there.
Stirring it is not going to be... I guess I can just go like this.
I guess we'll see what happens. For 15 minutes I gotta do this?
Yep. Okay, so we got Frankie strapped up in here. We're gonna go for a little family walk before dinner and putting Frankie down. And we're gonna go over this little like river creek pass to the big tree. And if you look across, it's pretty obvious which one is the big tree.
So part of this walk is going down. Probably one of my favorite parts of the property is the toboggan run. That is an old road that used to go down to the river, which we're walking on right now. And in the wintertime, it is just an unreal place to toboggan, especially when you're a kid. And I'm so pumped to make it for when Frankie's able to. Look at this. Nice.
Frankie can't.
Well, that was the big hill. Now we just gotta go to the big tree.
Big tree! Sky looks cool right now.
We've had to start trimming out the trail a fair bit because when Frankie's in the backpack, the branches kind of hit you and then fling back and hit him. And so this trail maintenance is all possible because Frankie boy.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, look, you got one.
Branch.
You got one. He's doing some pruning too.
Yeah. Tree identification. Twice.
So there it is. The big tree.
Whoa, big tree.
Frankie.
There we go. Hey, Frankie. Oh, yeah. Got your hand on it. Yeah, that's a big tree, buddy. Look at that.
Reminds me of Oregon.
So as you might be able to tell, this area has been logged. And for some reason, probably because his dad says this tree is too old, they left the big tree. And everything else around it is kind of small. Yeah, can you see our house?
Yeah. That's our house there. There's the shop.
Oh yeah. So you probably can't see it, but those roofs off in the distance, that's where we live. Pretty neat, eh, Frankie? So right now we've got the empty trailer frame attached to the truck. Plan is we're gonna drive this thing over to the neighbors and he's gonna cut off the back because the person who owned it previous to us added like another 2 feet onto the back of it and it just made the trailer very unbalanced and sketchy. So we're removing what he put on there so that we can shorten things up and hopefully balance things out. So yesterday we picked up the frame from our neighbor who cut off the bumper and put it back on. And today we're gonna start refurbishing this thing because we wanna put the tub back on the frame in order to turn it into a trailer again. But there's a few steps that we gotta do along the way. As you can see, there is rust on this frame, but it is mostly surface rust, which is good. The frame itself is in actually kind of surprisingly good condition, considering that it's 40 years old and has probably never seen any maintenance whatsoever. But one thing we do have to figure out is how we're gonna flip this thing over, just between me and my parents.
3, 1, 2, 3.
This is easily Dad's favorite part of the build so far. He has been wanting to flip this trailer over since we got it. He's obsessed. So Guy, how does it look?
Well, there's only that. There's that one spot right here, but I don't know. Did you film us flipping it?
Yeah.
Did you?
Yeah. Yeah, it went pretty well. People are gonna be impressed, I think.
Yeah, it worked out well. The guy on YouTube said, like, if the bushing's worn, you might as well replace the springs.
Wow, yeah, holy cow, that is just completely cooked.
You wanna... They look like they're little... They look like they've been used.
They are basically all completely shot.
Here, you want... Oh, they're not... They're plastic, eh?
Yeah,
I think.
it's just supposed to keep the metal parts from wearing out. Look at that. I was talking to Dad the other day. I feel like we're getting close to halfway. And it doesn't look like it because we got the frame upside down in the yard and the tub is still sitting in the shop, but
we gotta get this done by October because that's when we're leaving, right? October 10th?
to go to Baja.
To go to Mexico, so that's gonna be another whole video.
Mom and Dad have actually been toying with the idea of recreating the trip that we did with the Priuses, but with the trailer this time. And like, I didn't even pressure them into it. This is their idea. So maybe down the road we'll do sort of like a one-off series where we take the trailer down to Baja and document it and post it here on YouTube. Let us know if you'd be interested in seeing that come together with the fam. Today, Dad and I went to Kamloops to pick up a brand new axle and leaf springs for the trailer. We managed to pack the whole thing into the Prius, which was a bit of a trick. But now that means that we are back at the property with a new axle to install on our very old trailer frame. Believe it or not, putting this axle on this frame is a little bit more complicated than we thought it was going to be.
Look at my son working like a man. All my dreams come true.
Are we putting these washers on a particular way?
God, look at him working. Everybody's like, oh, look. He's a theater student.
There's no way he's a theater student. He must be a tradesman. Okay, we just got the new wheels put onto the trailer. To me, it doesn't really look that much different, but to Dad, this is like a masterpiece come to life. So we're gonna bring it up to the shop and show him, and we'll get his reaction. And if you know my dad, you know it's gonna be a pretty good reaction. Also, it's nice because we're hosting Mother's Day brunch here, and we don't want a trailer frame sitting in the yard. Looks good, eh?
Looks great. Yeah, I guess that's okay then.
Don't you think the wheels kind of make it pop, you know?
Well, they look good, eh?
They do.
You don't even have to clean them any more than they look actually really good.
That's it, man. We did it. That's a job done right there. Well, I said, let's get the trailer and I'll get Dad's reaction to it. Honestly, that was a better reaction than I was expecting.
Okay, so Levi is in a meeting right now. Guy and Jean are up at the shop working on some stuff for the trailer, and I have a rare moment where everyone is occupied. Frankie is sleeping, so I got his little monitor here for when he wakes up. I'm gonna start the rinsing process. I'm hoping I can have most of it done so that when Levi comes out of his meeting, he can like see the reveal. So, wish me luck. We'll see how this goes. Ew, wow, look at that color. Holy Lord. Oh, do you see how fuchsia that is coming out? Okay, so now I have to rinse it in some water. Okay, let's give you, probably gonna need 2 rinses, hey? I think Levi's gonna love it. He doesn't like own anything in this color. I think it's gonna look really good on him. Whew. Hopefully you can time-lapse that. You're welcome. God. Okay, Frankie boy is up from his nap now. You're up from your nap. So we're gonna have to finish this with some help, some expertise here from Frankie boy. I have to work on my surprise game. Apparently it's terrible.
Is this where you want the shot to be? No, come into the shade shelter. Don't look. Okay, hold on. Yes, I will walk you over. Here, give me your hand.
This is so serious.
Okay, don't walk into shit though.
Wow, thank you. I think that's kind of your job.
Okay, so stay here. All right, and we will get your reaction.
thing I already know
No,
what I
it's
know.
a surprise. Ta-da!
Wow.
It's pretty purple.
It is purple. I kind of love it though. Wow, the strings are not even that. These are good.
I know, right? There's a few things that aren't great about it.
Yeah, what? So little.
No, that's from being hung up on the line. Oh, it's a good color on you. Yeah, those actually turned out pretty crispy. And because this is synthetic, it didn't take the dye.
Oh yeah, that's perfect. Look at that.
All right.
I'm kind of down.
Yeah? You're kind of digging it?
Does it look good?
Yeah, it looks really good. I realize this camera's angle is like bajag and Leah's filming. Everything's a little janky.
Yeah, no, that's okay.
Yeah?
Yeah, no, I mean it's good from afar. Like I think if you get up close, you'll start seeing some of the details that are kind of a little
messed up, but
you know what? It was already kind of like my home hoodie anyway. So
it was, but you could wear this out to like a brewery or something, and no one would look at you twice. They'd be like, "Well, sick hoodie."
Yeah, it looks aged or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I love it. This is great.
Okay.
I call it a success.
Woohoo!
So today is a very exciting and daunting day. It is fiberglass day. We've been putting this off as long as we can, but now we've actually got to put some fiberglass on this trailer. And of course, we're off to an interesting start. So as you might remember, I went out and bought all of this fiberglass equipment to do the roof. Everything is brand new. I was totally ready to go, and then the plans changed and we did things a little differently. And little did I know, but Dad has basically all of these things already, including an entirely full canister of resin, all the catalysts, and tons of fibers in order to make this repair. One of the many things that I've learned through the process of this project is that you shouldn't go out and buy a bunch of things to do a task if you don't really know how to do that task.
No, I think what you should have said was, don't go out and buy a whole bunch of stuff until you see what your dad's got.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's what you said.
Yeah, no, that is what I should have said. Our first test.
Stick a piece onto here.
Okay, there we go. I think I get it, you know?
So this is our test spot on the gel coat by itself, just to see how it reacts with that, because we're gonna have to do some patches on a bunch of little holes, and we don't really know how that's gonna go. So it has been an hour and 30 minutes, almost 2 hours since we put it down, and we have a bit of a problem. This is not what this resin is supposed to look like after 2 hours of sitting in the sun. So upon seeing that, we did a bit of Googling to see if it was okay to use old resin, which is something that we probably should have done at the beginning, because firmly the answer was no. Old resin loses a lot of its chemical properties that allows it to do the things that fiberglass is supposed to do. So the test that we just did was very good to do because we did it wrong. So now I'm gonna remove all of the stuff that we just put up there, and we're gonna do it again, but we're gonna do it with the new stuff that I bought, because apparently that's gonna work a lot better. Ugh. Oh, wow.
did it. We finished the first one. That was intense. I feel like we just barely had it done. We had to mix more of the resin twice in order to make enough just to do that. So we had to like really scramble. If it wasn't for Mom, I don't know what the hell I would have done. But it's up there. And I think it looks pretty good. I'm so scared of touching anything with my hands right now, because look at my hands. Look at my hands. All right, it's been more than 24 hours since we have put on our fiberglass, and today we get to see what it looks like. I really hope that this worked. Whoa. They're blue? What? Oh, and they're still tacky to the touch. Yeah, it's still tacky. That is not good. Huh. So bad news. It's not dry at all. It's still tacky. Not even tacky, it's wet.
Really?
Yeah. So I closed everything back up because it can't sand now. Yeah, it's pretty soft, eh?
Wet.
Yeah, wet is how I would describe that.
I think we just close it up, leave it until lunchtime, and then we'll check it again.
Yep, patience.
We'll just wait and see.
Yep.
Okay, let's try it again. He's feeling it in his hand. So, we have successfully, sort of, hand-printed Frankie's hand for Leah's Mother's Day card.
First Mother's Day.
I don't identify as a foodie, but, you know, I probably would be friends with foodie. There we go.
Dramatic.
That was so dramatic.
There we go.
There we go. Now you have all the moms.
There we go. All the moms all around the world.
Frankie's like, wait.
Here you go, Mom. Asparagus? Oh, that's a mom's dream. Oh, mom got wire snips. That's how you. That's a.
Wow.
She's excited.
Klein version.
Wow. Look, you can see Frankie's like peeking into the picture. What an absolute goob.
That's so flippin' cute.
Yeah, I know.
Is it yogurt? What is it?
Is it yogurt?
It's pink.
Oh.
You were good.
Craft time with Grandma.
Oh. All right, so it's the end of the day. We went and checked on our resin, and none of it is set. None of it is cured at all. Like, it's still as wet as it was yesterday at this time when we put it on. It's been 24 hours, So we were like, okay, something's seriously wrong. And we looked it up, and basically we messed up the decimal point on the ratios. We have like 10 to 100 times less in there than we need to, I guess. So come to the difficult conclusion that we're gonna tear it all up and we're gonna start again from scratch.
Yeah, we're gonna slip these in and hopefully, and then you're gonna cut little patches.
Yeah.
And tap them in here, and then we're gonna go over the whole, like this is nicely done.
So these are the patches that we're having to make because when we poured our original resin, it got in through one of the holes and completely burned out our insulation all the way down to the plywood on the inside. So now we are having to stuff this little hole with some other insulation and patch it all up. So Mom and I have just spent the morning cleaning up the final patches on the fiberglass. This has been probably one of the larger setbacks of the project so far. We've been tinkering away with and kind of trying to get this ready for about 3 days because just the amount of resin that we had on top of the wood meant that it saturated through, and we needed to patch up the holes because of all of the wreckage that happened from the previous adhesives. So we are now finally at the day where we're gonna put back our first, hopefully final layer on this thing. And yeah, we're gonna be happy to see the end of the fiberglass project.
We can't mess this up again. Here we go. Round 2.
Well, because we're in our matching sweaters. Yeah. I should have put on my yellow hat.
Yeah,
Yep.
you should have, yeah.
It's been a long journey trying to get this fiberglass done, but the judges are here to give the final say as to whether or not we are successful. Being Frankie.
Of course.
So much work gone into such a relatively unimportant moment.
Oh. Wow. Actually, that's really impressive. I wasn't expecting it to be fluke. You know?
I mean, to be fair, neither was I, honestly.
No.
Not bad.
Yeah.
And I don't see a lot of air pockets at all.
For beginner's job, I think we did pretty good.
Yeah.
Now, just so that you can all appreciate, which I'm sure you will all appreciate, you know, a good fiberglass job. This might look exactly the same as what we had done before, but it's really different because this one's hard and it won't leak.
No, now it's kind of done. Like,
Yeah, it's sealed for the first time in probably 15 years.
Oh yeah, you want to look in?
oh, that's great. One step at a time, eh?
Yeah.
One step at a time.
With the little walls in there too is great.
Yeah, we're really, but this feels like we're getting somewhere now.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, okay, we're getting to the next step.
Progress.
Now we can pull this thing out of the shop and it's waterproof.
Yeah,
You know.
and we can start doing we can put it all together, kind of.
Are you ready for that?
Are you ready, Frankie?
Are you ready,
We're
Mr.
gonna pull it
Croissant?
out of the shop.
Out of the shop. Out of the shop. Woo! Look at them teeth.
No. All right, team, we just finished up our longest stint here in my hometown. One of the most productive processes that we've put through on the trailer. A huge thanks to, Frankie for being so patient.
Especially while growing teeth, that's tough.
And a huge thanks to Mom and Dad for, making it happen once again. And Leah for holding down the fort. I mean, really.
Yeah. Say bye, everyone. We'll see you next time.
Bye-bye.
Yeah, a little drool. That's good.
Bye, everyone.